Hey everyone, if you're one of my regular viewers, you know that we are talking about the individual discs out of the Origin album Classics, sorry, from Blue Oyster Cult. We've talked already about the two live albums that were on here, which I was not overly fond of as far as live albums go. Now we're on to the three studio albums that are on here. I've already recorded a review for one of the three studio albums. Fire of Unknown Origin, I did a review for quite a while ago. It's one of those albums I just absolutely love. Today, we're into Cultösaurus Erectus. All right. Yeah, I don't like this album. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am going to blame Martin Birch entirely for why I don't like this album. And the band. The band deserves some blame, but I'm really going to... Martin Birch, legendary producer Martin Birch, was also the engineer on this album. And I do believe that producers are supposed to sometimes put their foot down with a band and say, yo, this is not working, this is working, this needs to be changed, this shouldn't be changed, stuff like that. The reason why I mention this is there's a couple songs on here that are not bad. A good chunk of the songs on here are just kind of, to me, musically they're really good. Lyrically, they do nothing for me at all. Like, even at a Blue Oyster Cult level of, kind of storytelling and whatnot, they don't do much for me. But there's quite a few songs in here, especially when I get down to the last song. When I get to talking about that one, this is going to come up, where there were 3 to 4 amazing songs in the last song, but instead of making me into 3 or 4 amazing songs, it was just kind of like a bunch of extra riffs kind of thrown together sort of thing. Without... I'll get into it. Hold on. Alright, so the album opens up with Black Blade. Black Blade's not bad. I don't mind Black Blade. It sets the album up nicely. It's a song that I've known from them for a while. It's never been one of my favorites, but it's not a bad tune. That then goes into Monsters. And Monsters is kind of intriguing. Monsters has a little depth to it. Not bad. And then after that, I really kind of fall out with this album. We got Divine Wind, which, it's okay, but nothing to remember. Deadline, which is okay, but nothing to remember. The Marshall Plan, which I've heard it before. I know the song, and it's okay, but it's another one where I just really, blank on it. Hungry Boys, I remember for all the wrong reasons. Could have been a better song, I think. Fallen Angel, I liked it while the album was playing, but that was kind of it. Lips in the Hills. Okay, so this one kind of made me perk up a little bit. Pay a little bit of attention. I didn't mind this one. This one was kind of... This one, Lips in the Hills, is kind of, in a way, reminded me a bit like of Harvester of Eyes, which I was okay with. I didn't mind. And then the last song, Unknown Tongue. Unknown Tongue had at least three, could be 4, full complete, like, riffs, bridges, everything, choruses in here, okay? Could have made 3 amazing songs out of this one song, and it wasn't done. And I'm going to blame that on Birch. 100%. He really should have gone in there and put his foot down and said, no, guys, listen to me. Take this part and this part. One great song. Take this part, that's another great song. Take this part and that part. That's another great song. Instead, it feels like it's a bunch of different sections that they just had sitting around as leftovers that they slapped together. And instead of, going through the riff, a couple times and giving it some good build, they go through the riff like once, switch it out for something else, go through it, not go through another riff, switch it out. And it's like it really kind of feels thrown together, and it really kind of sucks because there was some real potential in that song. Um, Cultosaurus Erectus is by far the worst Blue Oyster Cult album I have ever listened to in my life. Um, if you've watched my previous reviews as related to this set, you'll know that I felt if I had to have bought On Your Feet or On Your Knees or Some Enchanted Evening live as individual albums. Same with this one, Cultosaurus Erectus. If I had to buy it as an individual album, I'd be pissed. I would really be like, oh God, what the hell did I just buy? In a set like this, I'm okay with it. And it's really funny that this album is just so to me because Fire of Unknown Origin, which is the next album after this, I think is brilliant. It's a fantastic album, and it's still to this day one of my favorite ones to throw into the car and just blast as I'm driving down the road, especially in the summer, man. Oh yeah, and that's the thing is Cultosaurus Erectus. It doesn't have a blast song. It doesn't have any singles. Like, it's not that it's a bad album. It's honestly musically, it's a pretty good album for the most part. Could have used a little more structure and discipline, but it's a good album for the most part. Lyrically, it does nothing. It just kind of falls flat. Um, I think with a little more focus and a little more influence from the producer, doing the job of a producer and helping produce a good album, it could have been better. You know, that's that's it. That's my thoughts, my views, my opinions. Let me know what you think down below. That's what the comment section is for. Am I being too hard on this album? Is there songs on this album that I need to go back and give a better second chance to? I don't know. Would I recommend you buy this album? No, but would what would you suggest to me for other albums? I've covered the black and white period. I'm pretty sure I've covered Fire of Unknown Origin. I'm gonna feel like a fool if I haven't and go back and check my records after saying for the last three reviews I have. All right, folks, that's it. I'm done talking about this one. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Check out the links down there as well. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. Peace, love, take care.